Hello there, this is Matt once again. Welcome back to another video. The paid request, this time from Curtis. Thank you so much for that. And for those interested in requesting any type of videos, it could be a review, a re-review, a topic, a reaction, a commentary, randomness, out of blueness, whatever it may be, feel free to send it either directly to my PayPal or join my Patreon. Both links are down below in the info box, pretty much under any of these videos. But this time we got Don't Worry Darling from 2022, a review of this. When the director Olivia Wilde is saying this is supposed to be Get Out, but for women, or white women I should say, it's Get Out for white women. Take a look at my face. Yeah, that's how I feel about that. And I like Get Out. I do. I still like that film. But this ain't shit on that movie. Olivia Wilde, it's sad because I remember not minding her as an actress. I remember seeing her on the TV show House, which I liked. I didn't mind her in Cowboys and Aliens. But apparently she's another one of these idiot, freakazoid lunatics. Woke. I'm tired of that shit. Lecture all you want. This is the film that Shia LaBeouf was in it, but then he got fired. But then Olivia Wilde was like, no, he wasn't fired. But then Shia said, no, she fired me. Oh, well, the way he works. But then apparently Olivia Wilde got in fights with the lead actress, Florence Pugh, as well. And that's why Florence Pugh did not do a lot of press for the film. But of course, after he's like, oh, no, it was nothing. And then, what was it? Didn't I hear the Harry Styles, who I didn't know who the hell that was, but he's a singer. I think he was going out with Olivia Wilde at the time, so of course he got hired in place of Shia LaBeouf. Or if that's the truth, I could be wrong, but if that's the truth, I find it fucking interesting that one guy got fired and the person that got hired was sleeping with the director. But then apparently after they're separated. Go figure. Now maybe that's all rumor and conjecture and that's absolutely wrong. Who knows? All I know is that Olivia Wilde didn't do shit as a director, especially not as a writer in this movie. Because this movie is a bunch of fucking bullshit. Because a woman directs it? No. You want to give me that? Give me Catherine Bigelow any day and twice on Tuesday. Give me The Hurt Locker. Because that's actually a good film, in my opinion. This, you think it takes place in the 1950s in this little tight community, and where the men go to work and the women stay at home because that was sexist and we need to showcase that. In fact, we're so blunt. Olivia Wilde is so blunt that the first scene is, oh, look at the women. They have stuff on their heads, so it's like they're walking tables. Oh, look how they're treated so poorly, even though they're smiling. They're such objects. They're literally objects holding these drinks while the men laugh. Again, apparently no subtlety is required for this movie. Only alcohol. The drink if you watch it. And let's talk to someone called a Victory Project. And the acting just didn't do much for me. Harry Styles, I don't know how he is as a singer, because he ain't shitty, fucking bang, shitty as a fucking actor. He ain't jack fucking shit as an actor. Florence Pugh is there. It's not her fault. I'm not going to blame it on her. It's a shitty script. The look of the film I fucking hated. It's just this orange, where everyone looks like they're orange. Like everyone's like they got a really bad tan at the tanning salon. They overstep their bounds in the tanning salon. And so you have, again, this tight-knit community. You have one black woman there. Well, I think you have one Asian woman there. You have Chris Pine, who I guess he's supposed to be a take on Jordan Peterson. I mean, I never would have fucking guessed that unless I was told that. And not a lot fucking happens in the movie for a good long while. Just showing what this lifestyle is. And at one point this woman dies and she thinks she ended herself, but someone goes, no, she slipped cleaning windows. And then people are trying to make our lead actress think that she's crazy. Until she finally finds out what's going on. I'm going to spoil the shit out of it, because I don't give a fuck. So be warned. 3, 2, 1. You find out the whole goddamn thing is a simulation. And that Harry Styles was this dweeb in the real world, knocked her out, brought her to this program where you could keep the person in your home, and you're in this simulation, and you're jacked in with her, and then like for a couple hours you gotta wake up, I guess, to feed her and all this stuff, I guess, and put back in. Now granted, you'd be thinking there'd be a lot of people in the real world wondering where the fuck she went. Granted, that offers a lot more questions that it answers, like who the fuck afforded all this? How the fuck does all this happen? If this is seems like it'd be a tight-knit project, it seemed like, would you really risk someone just, yeah, sure, you do have your home? Wouldn't you be worried that this person could blab, or if something went wrong and people would blab about what happened? This is all some pretty seemingly heavily illegal shit going on. There's these little kids in the movie. Are they simulations? If they are simulation, like as in, are they real at all, or are they just completely fake? These little kids. Does that mean there's little kids kidnapped and put in this thing, or are the kids completely made up? My point is, if the kids are made up, why don't you just make up the wife, and say, you know what, it's a simulation anyway, and you can make up these kids. Just make up the wife, if that's the fucking case. That way you don't have to worry about kidnapping someone who you don't actually physically touch, you don't actually physically go down, you don't actually physically feel her mouth on you, you don't actually physically do anything. She's ever tied up and you fucking put drops of water in the real world and have to take care of her and probably wipe her ass with the bedpan. Which would you rather have? Well, if you're a morally shitty person, which would you rather have? A person in your bed where you gotta clean up her piss, clean up her shit, feed her every day, so that you go into a fake simulation and talk with her, or just fucking have a clean bed, clean thing, worry about wiping only your own ass, and that's the only ass you have to wipe. You need a piss, you do it in the fuck toilet. You don't have to worry about cleaning up piss. You want to feed, this is the only mouth you feed, and you just enjoy the simulation itself. Because if these kids can walk and talk and do anything, wouldn't a woman do it as well? So, and wouldn't that be easier? And why is Chris Pine sounding more like fucking William Shatner in this movie than he did in the fucking Star Trek movies? I swear there was times where like we first see him and he's stopping at this party in his dialogue to do these dramatic annotations like William Shatner would do. I'm like, why does he sound more like fucking Captain Kirk in this than in Star Trek movies? And Harry Styles, why is such a vacuous chasm of charisma? He's a black hole. There ain't nothing there. No charisma can get through. And what's the plane? What's the point of this fucking plane that keeps coming by? What was the point of the fucking plane? At times people see this plane going in and out. What is the point of the plane? Wait for a little bit. The plane, boss, the plane. What's the purpose of the fucking plane? Because the exit, E-X-I-T, exit, is this one fucking building there. And apparently you go in, you wake up. Which I don't know, but what's the purpose of the fucking plane? Because you can drive there, there's like trolleys and shit. What is the fucking purpose of the plane? What is the plane? Or there's a point where our lead character she finds, like, not like this, but a book, right? And she opens it up. Now imagine these are words there's stuff blacked out with a black marker. This is a piece of paper, a book, in the simulation. Why the fuck would it be in the simulation? If it's so goddamn important, you need to black out shit? Wouldn't that be shit you would want to discuss in the real world? If it's so goddamn important, not put it in a goddamn book and then black it out? No, you say, hey, by the way, when you wake up with Folgers in your cup, this is the shit you need to do. This is shit we're talking about. Come to a meeting, blah, blah, blah. And also, again, when they have someone monitoring these things in case something goes wrong like this, if it's that goddamn expensive and that goddamn of a big budget money project and I'm guessing illegal, no security cameras, nothing. So then we get to the end of the film, there's a fucking car chase in the simulation. I'm like, you know what? If they would have had half a fucking brain, you just go over to the real world. It's not like the fucking Matrix when they're jacked in, where the humans are in the spaceship and they're by themselves isolated, unless you jump back to Leonardo screwing them over. And then there's the creatures there, and they're not supposed to know where these heroes are at. No. You would think, yeah, we know where you live because you're wanted this program, you wanted in on this program to begin with. So, and real quick, like, I know this is jumping ahead, the Asian lady stabs Chris Pine. Why did she stab Chris Pine? They really did not establish that character enough to showcase fully why she stabs Chris Pine. I just need to assume shit. She was thinking the same thing as Olivia Wilde, but then, like 10 minutes ago at the party, she didn't stand up for her. She didn't stick up for her. She just went along with it and didn't help her out. If she came by and said, yeah, I made a facade of myself, I was faking a lie at the party, because you know what, I've been having the same feelings you are. Here's a way to get you out of there. I don't want to stay behind. I got some business to take care of. Then the lead girl escapes, and then she stays behind because she wants to stab Chris Pine. Like, if you had something like that, it would make more sense, Olivia Wilde. And this isn't that new, folks. This is the Stepford Wives versus... There's this movie back in the day I didn't mind called The 13th Floor, with Vincent D'Onofrio and... I forget who the lead guy was. I didn't mind that film. It was produced by... Yeah, I think it came out in 1999, The 13th Floor. So you take the 13th floor and you meet the Stepford Wives. That's what this film is. And the twist, it takes like 80 goddamn minutes for this twist to be revealed, and then you have a whole 30 minutes left. So you can either say it takes too goddamn long for this twist to be revealed, because we're over an hour and 20 minutes in, or you say when you do a twist, usually it's a rush to the finale, it's a rush to the finish. Jacob's Ladder, boom, at the end. Or Angel Heart, boom, then rush to the finish. Or other movies where... I'll try to think when you get out, when you find that out. But I do think that's a better made movie than this. But it's like, okay, we take 80 minutes in, and then there's still 30 minutes left. Because, yeah, this movie had to be a fucking 2-hour movie. Of course it did. Of course it had to be over 2 hours, I should say. Over fucking 2 hours. Well, actually, 120... No, that's an hour and 50 minutes. See, this did me fucked up. It felt like... That's why, because it felt like that, but technically it wasn't. Because 80 minutes is an hour 20, plus 30 is an hour and 50. 70 and all screwed up. But it felt boring. It was just boring. It was really boring. You have very limited scope. You're mostly in this one little town. Maybe you can appreciate the 1950s decor and how they did the clothes and so forth. But the characters aren't that interesting. The lead girl is just prim and proper. And then paranoid to the fact that at one point she takes a fucking saran wrap and puts it over her head. And I still don't understand why she did that. Because She didn't go through the amount of emotions to feel that crazy to result in wanting to end yourself. And then, like, she's trying to take this off, and I'm like, lady, just pop, like, she's suffocating, like, she's trying to take it off then. I'm like, lady, just pop the hole in your mouth so you can breathe. And do it that way. Just do that. Literally, you're in a kitchen. You just had a knife in front of you. You're like, she's too stupid. She thinks she has to pull it off this way. Again, this is the fucking writing in this goddamn movie. Like, why did you put on in the first... Even the fucking thing, like, there's a bit where she, at one point, either because she took these drugs she was told to take or something else, she turns and she hits, like, glass. And, like, her face is, pressed up like this. That just looks goofy for a scene that was supposed to be taken seriously. Now, if it's meant to instill, oh, it's like women, yeah, you reach that glass ceiling, you can't go any further, then why is it the glass here and not here? If you want to symbolize the glass ceiling, put the glass on the fucking ceiling and it's like lowering her down on her, like ready to crush her until she snaps out of it. Not the fucking side doing this. Wouldn't it make more sense? Oh, it literally glass ceiling. Just trust me, this movie doesn't know about other terms of subtlety. And I didn't. She had the cartridge at the end. I'm like, yeah. How about someone in the real world go, yeah, get to this place here. It's at this address. Go there. Unplug her. End of story. You would think because she's been causing all these problems, including this moment in a table dinner party that she's saying all this stuff, you think that, yeah, she's causing problems. Put some men, over there, and then if we need it, go in there and take care of it. I think they could afford it. Get out for white women, Jesus Christ, yeah. That's why this film came and went like the fucking wind. Literally, the movie theater chain said, get out of our theater. To then stay there alone and then do jack shit to make money. Even the critics were not in love with this movie, and that says a lot. Well, even they, at least some of them, weren't jerking this movie off. Again, the look of the film, well, it's like that way because it's a simulation. It still looks awful to the eyes. And the stage of cinematography where so many things are fucking post-production, fake filters, digital filters, that just, there's nothing natural or atmospheric, and it's just fucking, in this case, orange fakery. Everyone will look orange. Again, big old bad tan job. Fix those tanning salons. Fix the tanning booth. It's a boring movie with uninteresting characters. Olivia Wilde is a co-star. Someone who is part of the group that talks to our lead character from time to time. Shia, you're lucky enough you got fired. I think that's what happened. Probably because Olivia Wilde, I mean, if she had problems with the lead actress, she's probably like, I don't know why the fuck. Olivia Wilde did another film. I forget what it was. I remember not liking. Was that the one that was like the female version of Superbad? Because I think I talked about that and I thought it sucked. I swear there was a film that was like a female version of Superbad. I thought, this got praised. Why? It sucked. But that's just my opinion. But yeah, this is a piece of shit. Just go watch the 13th Floor. Go watch the Stepford Wives. Fuck the Stepford Files. The Rockford Files. The Stepford Wives remake I would put above this. Shit you not. And that's not a good movie either, but I'd rather watch that than this again. So, Olivia Wilde, just don't direct anymore, please. Especially don't write. Hopefully, because this film bombs, they just say, yeah, take a break. Maybe stick with acting. Just stick with acting, Olivia Wilde, please. And Chris Pine, man, goddamn. From what? Wonder Woman 84, this movie. Didn't he do that one Jack Ryan movie that no one saw? Like, Jesus Christ, man. What's he doing, Chris Pine? You need to fire your agent. You really need to fire your agent. Because, goddamn, you picked a lot of shitty choices for movies. Tell you that much. And yeah, oh, they're making fun of Jordan Peterson. Again, don't worry about entertaining. Don't worry about your story. Just worry about who do we jab at. And you're more worried about that. That's why you fail. One of the main reasons you fucking fail. Maybe you spend more time tweaking your plot, tweaking your characters, tweaking your script, tightening your pace, making it more funny or exciting or satiric, and less time making fun of Jordan Peterson and other shit. Just a food for thought. We'll see you guys later.